Hi everybody, I'm Koel for Northland Outdoors. I had a couple of different pieces planned for this week, but everything changed early on because our Northland suffered a pretty grievous loss this week. The passing of a true legend in the outdoors and specifically in outdoors communications. Ron Lindner was a pioneer in the outdoors industry. He and his brother Al were at the forefront of outdoor communication, teaching people how to fish, teaching people how to communicate fishing, and really setting the bar for folks like me who have made a career out of outdoors communication and outdoors video production. I was very fortunate to have known Ron for the last 20 odd years or so. When I left WDAY TV in Fargo in 2000 and came down here to central Minnesota, I actually went to work for the Lindners and Ron at In-Fisherman Communications, and that's when I first met him. And I gotta tell you, just meeting Ron Lindner for the first time was a life-changing experience. His passion for life, his passion for his family, and his passion for fishing, and not only that, his passion for sharing his innovations in fishing with as many people as possible was incredibly infectious. For a young guy like me who was thinking that, you know, maybe I could make a career in outdoors communication, when you meet Ron and you spend 5 minutes visiting with him about the business, and you're hooked for life. So it was an amazing experience to be able to work directly with him. It wasn't long after I started there, though, that they sold the company In-Fisherman and moved on. But they started Lindner Media Production shortly thereafter. And it was only a couple years later that I was starting to think maybe it was time for me to start my own company. And the first person that I talked to about that idea was Ron Lindner. And he was an unbelievable wealth of advice and information. We talked about perhaps even going to work for Lindner Media Productions at that time, but I told him, Ron, I'd really like to try this on my own. Rather than be disappointed, he was nothing but supportive. And he told me, he said, Chad, you get out there and you get this business started, you call me right away because we have got lots of work for you to do. And that's just the way they were. So it made it very easy to start Koel Communications and start my association with Lindner Media Productions. And we went on to do some amazing video work after that. One more quick story was only shortly after I started Koel Communications, only a matter of 3 or 4 months. I had just gotten set up, and I had a break-in in my studio, and all of my equipment was stolen. And the very first people that immediately dropped everything and came over to the studio to make sure that I was okay and to let me know that everything was going to be fine and that they were not going to let me fail was Ron, Al, and James Lindner. And that's the kind of guy Ron was, and that's the kind of family the Lindner family is. They make you feel like you're a part of their family, not just a business associate. So there's no question that everyone, whether you work closely with Ron, which I was fortunate enough to do, or not, everyone that is in my profession, the business of outdoor communication, outdoor video production, owes a huge debt of gratitude to a very small list of people. And one of the names at the very top of that list, no question about it, is Ron Lindner. What Ron and Al did, pioneering the way some 40, 50 years ago, really just paved the way for all of the rest of us. Everything we do goes back to what Ron and Al started so many years back. So Ron, from me personally, thank you so much for everything that you've done for me over the years. From the entire Northland Outdoors crew, thank you so much. And for all of us in the Northland who love the outdoors, who love to spend time in the boat, who love to tie on a Lindy rig and catch walleyes, we thank you so much for a life well lived. Rest in peace, Ron Lindner. You will be missed.